Welcome to Chapter 7, Integrating with Fireworks. Adobe Fireworks provides the tools that you need to create optimized graphics for the web or virtually any device. The skills that you've learned in Photoshop and Illustrator will be familiar because Fireworks creates both pixel-based and vector-based graphics. I'll teach you how to create and export awesome graphics from Fireworks, and you can have them web-ready with very little effort. We'll also learn to use Fireworks as a mock-up tool. We'll learn some new CS6 features and about mobile components. Let's get started. In this lesson, we will get familiar with the Fireworks workspace. We'll talk about some of the tools and talk about exactly what Fireworks is. You've probably noticed that all the applications work well together. Well, Fireworks is no different. It integrates well with the other Adobe applications, especially Dreamweaver. Fireworks does a little bit of everything. Fireworks has excellent tools for wireframing and prototyping your websites, but it also understands and creates vector art, and it also allows you to manipulate the pixels of your bitmap graphics. Another great thing about Fireworks is it allows you to use the web tools to slice part of your graphics and get them out of Fireworks. Now, Fireworks was intended to be a web application, meaning that anything that you want to send to the printer, you probably want to stick with the other applications such as Photoshop to deal with those graphics. All right, well, let's talk about what we have here. What we have is an open Fireworks file. Now, the file extension for Fireworks is a .png. That is not to be confused with a graphic type of PNG. You may notice that we have a file extension here of our file name .fw.png. Well, that is Fireworks' way of letting you know, even though my file extension is a PNG, I'm really a Fireworks file, so do keep that in mind. If we look over to the left, you're going to see traditional tools that you're used to, such as the selection tool. Sometimes this may be referred to as the pointer tool or the move tool. You're going to see the direct selection tool, that's what it's called in Illustrator, but in Fireworks it's called the subselection tool. Remember that Fireworks deals beautifully with vector and pixel graphics, so you're going to see tools that deal with bitmaps and vector graphics, and a special set of tools right down here for the web, and we're going to talk about those a little bit later. Across the top, you're going to see menu items that are probably very familiar, including the window menu. This is where you'll go to open panels that you might or might not have open already. All right. Notice that I am in expanded mode, and some of my panels here are opened. A couple of panels that are very handy. One of those is the Optimize panel. Because we can export individual items from Fireworks into maybe Dreamweaver or other web applications, what we'll do to do that as we move along is we'll create a slice over what we want to export out, and we can optimize each piece that we're going to export individually with the Optimize panel. Something else you may notice here is the Layers panel. Just like Photoshop, we have layers. As a matter of fact, this Fireworks document was once a Photoshop document. Let me show you that. Let me go down here and open Photoshop real quick. And this is Photoshop, and you're going to notice a bunch of layered files here. As a matter of fact, you'll see the exact same layering structure in Fireworks. What happened here was we had a Photoshop file, and I opened it in Fireworks. You can open native Photoshop and Illustrator files just by going to File Open and finding the PSD file. All of the layers were preserved, and then I did a file save as and saved it as a Fireworks file. Now, one more thing I want to show you, and that's right down here in the Properties panel. If you watched any of the videos in the Dreamweaver chapter, you are going to remember the Properties panel. The Properties panel is context sensitive and allows you to create and make edits on your selected object. For example, I have this lizard here selected, and it's a bitmap, and the Properties panel says, oh, okay, well, what would you like to do to that bitmap? I don't believe that I have any vector art in this demonstration, but if I did and I selected it, the Properties panel would change, and then I would be able to see things that I could do to my selected vector object. All right? Well, that's a high-level overview of Fireworks. Please be sure to watch the next lesson where we will create a new Fireworks file and talk about some of the things that you can do inside of Fireworks. See you then.